Yeah, obviously coming here, it's always great when you get the opportunity to bowl first, and yeah, I think it was just good test cricket. That first session, obviously they batted really well and left well, and we also bowled really well too, so it kind of got to that nitty-gritty point, and thankfully we trusted what we were doing, and we stuck at it, and the rewards came.
You did have them 176 for 6 at one stage, yep. Then finished 279 for 9. How do you sum up that?
Yeah, I think, well, Cam Green batted very, very well, and obviously with Marsh as well, there's no surprise that they were probably going to take the attack a little bit to us, and especially at that stage of the game when the ball was getting a little bit older before the Newey. So, yeah, they batted really well, but we managed to keep taking wickets, which is the main thing, and it's going to be a big start tomorrow morning.
Matt, did you feel that you got the length right in the first session, or was that, I guess, that delivery got a bit up the line where you would want to?
No, I think we're really happy with how we operated, to be honest. I think obviously there is bounce at the Basin, so bringing the stumps in play is what you're trying to do, but also when teams are leaving well, I think it's always going to come back to saying trying to be fuller, but we know that if we're relentless on that length for a long period of time, and sometimes you doff your cap, that's some good batting too. So I think we're happy with how we operated, and that's why when we came out after the break, we stuck at what we did, and the wickets did come.
Did you feel like you did a little bit more in that second session? Did the surface quicken up a little bit? Did you feel that at all, or did you feel like it was the same?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is with the grass cover, the ball stays in good nick for a long time, right? So I think that probably is why there was probably assistance right through. Usually it does tend to flatten out a little bit, and you don't quite get that lateral movement, but it happened today. It was a good bowling day, and I suppose with the winds and the way the guys are bowling, probably just created enough there to keep people honest. Yeah, I think it'll be similar. Traditionally at the Basin, it will probably quicken up a little bit as it does harden out, but I think obviously that new ball is going to be the big challenge. You get through that and you see what Cam Green and the lights did later on in the day, so it will be, yep, we'll come here, we've played a lot of cricket here, and we'll trust what we're about to do.
Did you guys win a day like that against Australia, given some tough times against them in the past, and the day like this
to be honest, that hasn't really been the focus. Obviously, we've got a game out there in our conditions, and that's something that we want to focus on. So it was mainly focusing on the bunch of guys we're playing against and what we're doing out there.
Matt, those last couple of series, Australia have made some big runs against you, and made it very hard to get to the game at stages. Do you feel like with this total, even if they get a few more tomorrow, that the game will be open for you and there for you when it's a bit about?
It's tough to say, isn't it? I mean, it's so early on in the test. So I think for us, it's probably not getting too carried away and thinking like that. We just want to probably come out there and it's a little bit boring, but you just want to keep winning those small moments and take it a little bit deeper. And as the match unfolds, I think that's when we'll probably start looking at those things. Well, I think he was obviously just quite smart of how he approached his innings and the guys that batted around him as well. And when you're coming up to a new ball and the ability to put guys under pressure, I thought it was a really, really good knock. Well, I think he was obviously playing really well, and it was just obviously just trying to drag him forward. But yeah, obviously it's great. He's a world-class batsman. He's been scoring a lot of runs for Australia, and he's quite key up top as well. So it was yeah, great to obviously get that wicket. Yeah. Yeah, that's the challenge of good fast bowling against a good opener, right? The ability to leave and finding that balance of attack versus defence and making sure that you still win the game and that it's just, yeah, trying to be as relentless as you can.
And you've been part of an attack which has been experienced for a long time. Now you've got two youngsters in Rock and Kugula and with you. Does that change your role? Do you become a leader of the attack? What sort of discussions are there for the youngsters?
Well, I suppose we've actually all played a lot of cricket together growing up, and obviously Will is a young up-and-coming fast bowler, but we've spent a lot of time with Canterbury and obviously playing with War, and I think it's exciting to see him playing international cricket. I think he's shown what he's about in the last Test series, and yeah, it was just great to see him out there. So yeah, I think you're obviously all working in tandem as a group, so that was probably what was most pleasing about today's performance.
Just in terms of the softness, I guess, of the conditions to start with today, were there any kind of development of indentations at all in the wicket over the day that you think might play a role later?
That's a good question. I haven't really had too much of a look on that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the roller just flattens that out a little bit, but naturally at the basin, and when you do have that grass, you get a little bit of indentation, and that's just part and parcel of it. But yeah, I can't really comment too much. I didn't look too hard at it.
So back to the second session, I think you just bowled Karajan up with Australia for 89. I mean, at that point, did you let them off a little bit? The ball was moving around everywhere, through the area, off the pitch as well.
No, I think we bowled well. Obviously, yeah, it'd be great if it just keep coming those wickets as well. But that's international cricket. People are allowed to bat well, and it all comes down to moments of pressure and absorbing them. And they absorbed that pressure, and we were able to create those partnerships and keep us coming back. And but we also managed to keep taking wickets too. So to have them 9 down, it's a great position. But like I said, we've still got a job to do in the morning.